Adrian Newey's wife gives a brutal one-word response to Spanish journalists' claim that Aston Martin's chassis is still one of the worst. Adrian Newey's wife, Amanda, has shared a brutal one-word response to Spanish journalist Antonio Lobato after he claimed that Aston Martin's chassis remains one of the worst on the grid following the Dutch GP. Lobato claimed that the AMR 26 chassis, designed by Newey, is still one of the slowest cars on the grid through both slow and fast-speed corners. Fernando Alonso scored 2 points at the Dutch GP following upgrades on both the chassis and power unit fronts for Aston Martin, with upgrades addressing both areas in the last 2 races either side of the summer break. Following the race at Zandvoort, reports came out suggesting that Fernando Alonso believes the chassis is now 6th best on the grid, while there was more expected from the Honda engine. But Spanish journalist Antonio Lobato has made a different claim, telling Soy Motor that the engine isn't the only issue for Aston Martin, but the chassis, designed by the legendary Adrian Newey, who is also the team principal, is still lacking. He claimed that the AMR 26 chassis is 10th quickest, 9th fastest in slow corners, and the slowest in medium-speed corners. Replying to an X account covering the same story on Monday, Adrian Newey's wife, Amanda, shared a brutal response to Lobato, simply writing, Antonio Lobato was previously known to be close to Fernando Alonso and subsequently Aston Martin. But in recent times, reports have claimed that the Spaniard has shut the journalist and Spanish broadcaster F1 Diazan out following some comments made by Lobato about the driver and the British team. Fernando Alonso noted that Aston Martin has made up a 3-second gap to the front of the field in the last 2 races thanks to its upgrades, as he shared his delight at the team's result at the Dutch GP. The 45-year-old added that the 2 points he achieved at Zandvoort were well-deserved. Speaking following the race on Sunday, Alonso said, via on TV. Alonso added that Aston Martin's results will still vary depending on the track, as he still expects to struggle at circuits with long straights. This is why the 2x world champion said that he does not expect a good result at the upcoming Italian GP at the Monza circuit. Quick links.